me admit all. Come on. And then I would just have to put some people out.
You have to put them out. You gonna put 'em out?
People that shouldn't be in.
Hopefully I should.
Ooh.
Who is she here for? Let's make sure.
Hello? Hello?
Does it work?
Sir, we are in court. How may we help you? You are saying hello.
That's not right. Is that what's his name?
I don't know who was saying it. Some next dish.
Oh, I want to go. Every time I vote for a private court. My disability.
No, thank you.
Please mute yourself, please. Everybody in the courtroom, please mute yourself. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. 36th District Court is now in session. I am Judge Shannon A. Holmes, and I'm serving as your presiding judge on this morning. If you are not a part of the specialty court, if you are not a part of the Veterans Treatment Court, please hang up and dial area code 313-965-2280. Do not shout out. I'm giving you the number to call. You are also going to see it in the chat. Place yourself on mute, dial out, whether you're an officer, an attorney, or a defendant, and please call my clerk. I appreciate you. Please call the clerk. If you are a part of the specialty court, I'd like you to come into view. You know I won't hear your case if I can't see you. So please come into view and we will be ready to proceed. So those who are not as part of my specialty court, if you get placed in a waiting room, please make sure you call the clerk. If you're not a part of the Veterans Treatment Court, please call the clerk. And then for those who are, please put on your camera. And you should have your name on your device. Somebody's on the Galaxy A02S and they don't have their audio connected. Can someone find out who that is? So we can get them to make sure they're in the right place and get squared away. If you are not a part of the Veterans Treatment Court, please call my clerk at area code 313-965-2280. We have a couple of people that are not connected to audio. Let's get them connected, please. Mr. Morgan, can you make sure that our Veterans Treatment Court participants are here so that I can close the courtroom?
Yes, Judge. Case managers, let's look at your veterans, just to make sure they're here.
My three are here.
Mr. Yancey, you on? Oh,
Mr. Brown trying to connect to audio.
Judge, I note that Miss Toya Archibald is online. She needs to contact your clerk at 313-965-2280. Miss
All right, Ms.
Archibald,
Archibald, I'm going to move you to the waiting room. Please contact my clerk.
Also, we have a person that's on a call, 313-819-4481. Please call the judge's clerk, please.
Thank you. And that number is in the chat. It's for the person on the telephone. It is 313-965-2280. All right. I apologize for the delay. Got a number of people. There is someone on a TINNO.
That's Mr.
That's
McKinley.
Mr. McKinley. Okay, let's put Mr. McKinley's name in.
Hello?
hello?
Yeah, you good. Just put on mute. You good.
Who's on the Galaxy?
That's Mr. Brown, Your Honor.
I'm James. I'm on a Galaxy also. I'm James Fry.
Wait, which one? Who's,
This is Mr. Brown right here, Judge, with the glasses, that's trying to listen.
that's leaning in?
Yes.
Yes, okay, I couldn't see his face. All right, very good. And then also on the Galaxy, we have, who's the other person that's on a Galaxy?
Mr. Fry.
Okay, so y'all not putting y'all names on today? Usually y'all come on with your names on. Y'all working me today? All right, I'm gonna let y'all work me for a few minutes. All right, let's get started. I think we are in good shape. We should also note, officer, I need the names of the individuals who are in the courtroom so that I can make the attorney, the case managers aware. I know that Mr. Adams is physically in the courtroom. Also, Mr. Dillard team is physically in the courtroom. And then who joined us? Mr. Marshall, the intake is here. Good morning, Mr. Marshall. All right, glad you're here, sir. Glad you're here. All right, wonderful. Let's get started. I am going to start this morning with our promotees. I am going to ask that everybody stays on until we have completed the specialty court docket. Stay with me, please, until we have completed the docket. So I am going to pin a couple of people for promotion on this morning. Y'all know when I learn how to do something new, I want to do it, right? All right, so I'm pinning a couple of people for promotion this morning. I'm going to pin Mr. McKinley. You are being recommended for promotion on this morning. Where's Mr. Aldridge? I saw him. Where's Mr. I see him now. Mr. Aldridge, you have been recommended for promotion on this morning. And then Mr. Fry, you have also been recommended for promotion on this morning. Mr. Fry does not have his camera on. Where are you, Mr. Fry?
I'm here, Your Honor, but I don't, the camera not coming. There it is.
Did you get it?
Yes, I did.
All right, awesome, awesome. All right. Add both, okay. right, let's do it. We are ready for our promotees. That's all of the pins that I can add, everyone. So let's do it. I am starting off first with Dennis McKinley, case number 210-567-6801. Mr. McKinley, state your full name for the record.
Dennis McKinley.
Good morning to you, sir. How are you today?
Fine, thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Listen, I had to do all of this logistics with the Zoom that I didn't do my normal thing. So before we get started, let me say good morning to everybody. We're glad you're here. Good to see your smiling faces. And now we're going to get started by having our attorneys place their appearance on the record. Just indulge me for 1 second, promotees. Go ahead, Mr. Reed.
Thank you, Judge, and good morning. For the record, Jesse Reed, Veterans Court Drug Court Defense Attorney, P 23863. Judge, if I may, I'd like to make a motion, a continuing motion, that my appearance be for all my clients this morning. Thank you and good morning again.
All right, thank you, Mr. Reed, and your motion is approved. Mr. Fikens?
Thank you and good morning again, Your Honor. Robert Fikens, P 31894, Specialty Court Defense Attorney, and I would make the same or similar motion.
Thank you, Mr. Fikens, and good morning. Your motion is granted. I also see the prosecutor. You all, I'm not pinning you because I don't want to see your face up close. I just don't have any more pins. I'm sorry. As soon as I can, I will. All right, let's go. Ms. Walker?
Yes, Judge. Shannon Walker, P 53794, on behalf of the people. Good morning again to everyone. I don't believe anybody is going to need me today, but I am here if needed.
All right. I know they get nervous when they see you, Ms. Walker, so thank you for letting everybody know that they're in good standing. All right, very good. Mr. Kucheri?
Thank you, Judge. Good morning. Daniel Kucheri, Veterans Justice Outreach Coordinator with the Detroit VA.
Thank you, Mr. Kucheri. And then we have Director Wade with us this morning.
Good morning, everyone. Right Wade, Director of Probation on behalf of the Probation Department.
Thank you. And then Mr. Morgan, your appearance.
Sorry, Judge. It's Majay Morgan, Specialty Court Coordinator.
All right, very good. And then Mr. Yancey.
Well, realistically, sir, you can be held out.
Yes, Your Honor. Kenneth Yancey on behalf of Veterans Court this morning, Your Honor.
16 months probation available.
All right, somebody needs to quiet down. All right, thank you, Mr. Yancey. And then Mr. Griffin.
Good morning, Your Honor. Brian Griffin on behalf of Veterans Court this morning, Your Honor.
All right, thank you so much. And then we also have our mentor, Mr. Scott. Place your appearance on the record, please.
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Kevin Scott, Veterans Treatment Court Mentor.
All right, thank you, Mr. Scott, and good morning to you. Thank you for serving on this morning. All right, let's get started with our promotees. Mr. McKinley, let me place your case number again on the record, 210-567-6801. State your full name for me again.
Yes, Your Honor. Dennis McKinley.
All right, Mr. McKinley, how are you this morning?
I'm fine. Thank you for asking.
All right, very good. You smiling. Tell me what's that smile about this morning?
Well, I think you initiated it. You said we're here for promotions, and that's always a good thing. Promotions is always a good thing. You know?
Yes, sir. And that is certainly something to smile about, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. McKinley, you are doing very well in the program. You have done very well. We had an opportunity to staff your case. It was reported that you have completed all the requirements of phase 4. There was one thing that was left out that you need to do, and that is the accepting responsibility is mandatory weekend. Mr. Griffin is going to get you signed up for that so you can get that out of the way. And so, but I'm not going to allow it to hold up your promotion, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, awesome. So we're still going to do promotion on today. Mr. McKinley, I want to know what's different about you. From the time you walked in the door till today, you are going to phase 5 on today. What's different about you?
Well, Your Honor, to be honest with you, what's really different is I have a lot of insight. You know, not only did it help me, but it helped me with my insight in terms of society, where we're at today in terms of the criminal justice system, the court system, 36th District criminal justice system. So not only did it help me, but it helped a lot of people around me because I can share what I've learned.
Yeah, so what have you learned about the 36th District Court criminal justice system? You see me looking at you, right, Mr. McKinley? What have you learned?
Well,
He's really laughing. I don't think I've ever heard Mr. McKinley laugh. Go ahead, Mr. McKinley, what you want to tell me?
Well, there's a lot of different facets to this, but I like to thank you because I've seen, you know, because I researched it a little bit. So I've seen a lot of the hard work that you do in terms of adding to the 36th District Court to try to bring justice to light and make fairness prevail. So I like to thank you for that. But it also gave me insight because my background is Department of Corrections. I retired from the Department of Corrections. So now I get a chance to really see the other side of it, which really gives me insight to help maybe somebody down the road. It might be my family, one that's closer or someone that's farther. But I'd like to thank you all for that.
Yes, sir. And Mr. McKinley, as was talked about in staffing on this morning, you have done very well in this program. I know at one time we hit a bump in the road, but you are living independently. You're taking care of business, your responsibilities. You are employed. You're doing a number of great things. And we are extremely proud of you. And because you have finished the requirements of phase 4, Mr. Griffin has made the recommendation that you be promoted to phase 5. And my question to you is, are you ready?
Yes, Shannon, I'm very ready. And I'd like to thank Mr. Griffin too while we're at it. Thank you.
Yes, yes. All right, Mr. McKinley, you're ready. Let me have Mr. Griffin place on the record so you can hear why he has, from Mr. Griffin, why he has recommended you for promotion.
Okay, Your Honor, Mr. McKinley been with us since September the 21st of 2021. He's currently in phase 4 of a 5-phase program. Since me taking over his case, he's been a pleasure to work with, always pleasant, doing everything he's supposed to do. He completed the treatment requirements. He still does have aftercare if needed. He's been working very diligently. Like I said, he came out here last week and paid off all his costs and fees. So I was very proud of him for doing that. And he's just always engaged. Like I said, he's just been a pleasure to work with. He's independent living out of one of his goals. He has steady employment. You know, he's in contact with his mentor. So he's just been an overall pleasure to work with. And I just want to continue to work with him on his journey and make sure that he maintains his sobriety. So, Judge, I'll be recommending Mr. McKinley for promotion today to phase 5.
All right, awesome. And there were no objections from any of the team members with respect to the recommendation for promotion. Mr. Scott, was there anything that you wanted to share as to Mr. McKinley?
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Thank you so much. Just to reiterate what you have said, Your Honor, Mr. McKinley came in, he did have a glitch at first. I don't know if he embraced the process, but since then, Mr. McKinley, you have done a phenomenal job. I'm so proud of you because just the way you present, you look vibrant, you look healthy, you look engaged, you look like you're enjoying life. And as Your Honor said, can't remember when you have laughed this hard when you presented in court. So that's a sign that you are really, really feeling good about yourself, number one, Mr. McKinley. And Mr. Griffin has also indicated you have been a pleasure to work with. And I am happy for your success, Mr. McKinley.
Thank you, Mr. Scott.
All right, very good. Anything from any of the other team members as to Mr. McKinley?
Yes, Judge, thank you. Congratulations, Mr. McKinley, on your promotion. You have a great attitude. We know the program is not an easy program, but you're doing a great job. Thanks for coming down and paying off your fines and costs. Keep up the good work, sir. We're proud of you. Be proud of yourself. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Reed. Thank you.
Mr. Fikens, if you're speaking to us, you're muted.
I'm sorry, Judge. My apologies, Mr. McKinley. Sir, you've done the hard work since you've been in this program. You've given your heart, your mind, your soul to this program for you, and you deserve all this, and you deserve these accolades because, frankly, you put in the work for that. And so keep up the great work, sir. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Attorney Fikens. Thank you.
All right, awesome. I need everybody in the courtroom to join me in celebrating Mr. McKinley on his promotion to Phase 5, and also to thank Mr. McKinley for putting on the uniform and serving in the Army, which means he served not only this country, but he served each one of us. Please join me in celebrating and thanking Mr. McKinley. Job well done, Mr. McKinley.
Thank you. Thank you,
Well
Yana.
done.
Thank you.
All right, awesome. Mr. Griffin, what's next for Mr. McKinley?
Your Honor, I will be having a face-to-face with Mr. McKinley on March the 14th, 2023, and that'll be at 10:35 a.m. I'll talk to you on that day, Mr. McKinley.
Thank you, Mr. Griffin.
All right, awesome. Did you get all of that, Mr. McKinley?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I'm gonna ask you to hang with me just for a minute, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Very proud of you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, let's go to Mr. William Aldridge. Good morning, Mr. Aldridge. Uh-oh, I can't hear you. Now, this is a bad day for your volume to go out, Mr. Aldridge. You getting promoted today. I'm not even fussing today. Come on. All right, while you're trying to figure it out, I think, Mr. McKinley, I'm gonna mute you. Mr. Aldridge, try again. Uh-oh, you're muted now.
I'll mute.
Let's-
I'll try to speak.
We can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
We can't hear you. So you may have to go out of the courtroom and come back in. You may have to hang up
And then
and
come
come
back.
back in.
Make sure you connect the audio, Mr. Aldridge.
Okay,
Okay, Judge.
very good. Let's give him just 1 second to come back. And then, Mr. Fry, you doing okay today?
I am. How are you, Your Honor?
I am doing very well. You're in the number today to be promoted. Are you excited about that?
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Yes, I am.
You are. All right. I'll go ahead and start, Mr. Fry, and you'll have to hang with us until I finish, Mr. Aldridge. I have case number 210-456-7901. Mr. Fry, state your full name for me.
James Devlin Fry.
All right, Mr. Fry, how are you doing today?
I'm doing very well, Your Honor. How are you?
I'm doing very well too. All right, Mr. Fry, you have been recommended for promotion today to Phase 2. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, tell me what you have been doing to work your program and what's been beneficial to you.
The constant going to the meetings and talking to my different counselors, and the reminder of just the simple fact of what I need to do. Mr. Yancey's influence on me and his constant communications with me of how I need to work the program and stay focused on my long-term goals and my short-term goals.
All right, very good. Are you having any issues or anything that you need us to help you with to stay on track?
It's just a constant reminder that I have to work this program and that I have a lengthy time to go. So it's just the continual working of the program.
All right, very good. And you say you have a lengthy time to go, but you're gonna make the best of it, right?
Yes, ma'am. We have to. You know, life is a long road, and we just have to continue to strive to stay on the right path of the road.
There you go. And so I know, Mr. Fry, when you came to us, we talked about some things that you have eliminated from your life or lifestyle that has helped you to get on track. Do you have anything that you can share with us today as to things that new activities or reconnections that you've added into your life that's helping you to stay on track?
Well, I'm trying to stay away from hanging out and doing those things or being around those elements of, you know, deterrence. That's one of the newest things I do. I used to be a go out kind of person, so there's no more bar hopping as much as or any at this time. So those are the things, and so those are the things I'm doing and trying to surround myself with just people who are not doing those things, you know.
Okay, so you've added some people to your life or some time with people in your life that are not engaging in activity that you shouldn't be engaging in, right?
Correct. Yes, Your Honor.
And how has that been for you, Mr. Fry?
It's fine, Your Honor. You know, there have always been people around me who wasn't doing what I was doing, and I just reconnected with some of old buddies and that, you know, told me, you know, this day would come, you know, and you just have to grow up and mature yourself to that level, you know, that everything ain't got to be the same.
There you go. Very good. Now, Mr. Fry, I also heard that you were promoted on your job. Were you gonna share that with me?
Yes, John. I did get a promotion.
I'm not gonna ask you for no money. I'm not gonna ask you for no money. I want to know that you've been promoted.
Yes, I've been accepted into the journeyman's program at Ford Motor Company as a pipe fitter.
Yeah, that's awesome. Are you ready?
I am. I'm very excited about this. I did this years ago, and it's finally coming to fruition. So I feel good and great about that. Yes.
All right, that is awesome. How much of a role do you believe sobriety plays in your ability to be selected for that program, if any?
Well, this is something I signed up for several years ago. So sobriety don't play a role in it. It's just going forward. They'll know they'll be working with a guy whose head is clear and ready to go and produce as a good worker.
There you go. I love it, Mr. Fry. That is awesome. Listen, I also heard that you are putting together a playground for the grandbabies and the children.
Yes,
tell me about that. I think that's awesome.
That's my motivation. Next to my house, I own several lots, and I got plenty of land for my kids, and their ages are from 4 to 2. I'm sorry, it's 3 of them, and I want to put a swing set out there, a swimming pool, because I'm finna come into a little money. So I want to be able for my grandkids to come and want to argue with their parents about leaving granddaddy house. I want them to say, I'm staying over granddaddy house. You know? So
there you go. I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
It's
I
our
love
job
it. You
to
got.
spoil them.
I'm sorry. One more time.
It's our jobs to spoil them and let the kids take them back home. You know.
There you go. I do it well. I do it well. I promise you, I do. I do it well. Yes. All right, Mr. Fry. Listen. I also heard. I done heard a lot of stuff about you today, so I'm just going down the laundry list. You went to a Super Bowl party and you did well.
I did. I made it through there. It was at a very exclusive steakhouse, and I did well there. You know, I felt good about sitting there and enjoying the game. I lost with the team I went with, but you know, I was able to not drink or have a drink.
Very good. Very proud of you. I don't know, how difficult was that for you?
It wasn't that difficult because the mood is. I'm in tune with the mood right now. I'm up for this. You know, this is not. It's not a part of my life. It's not the movement of my life. You know, of drinking. You know, I have other interests, and you know, I can be a sociable person without drinking, without having a drink and being just, you know, in that delusional state. So I'm okay with it.
All right, that's awesome. Very, very proud of you. I do know that you're doing services through NCADD. How's that going?
Yeah, it's fine. My counselor, she's very knowledgeable. She does a lot of talking, and she listens to the feedback. So I'm comfortable with Gail. She's comfortable, a lady to talk to, as well as just like talking to Mr. Yancey or the counselors. The group thing down at the VA, it's kind of uncomfortable because you're standing up telling all your business to a bunch of people you don't know, but everybody's sharing, so you can share along with them. But when the one-on-one counseling at the other thing with Miss Gail, she gets personal and we can get personal. We can talk and it's shared. It's comfortable. I'm not uncomfortable with it. It's what I have to do.
All right, awesome. I'm so glad that you're comfortable. That means you'll be open and honest with her and you all will get some work done, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, awesome. Mr. Yancey, is there anything else? I know that he's recommended for promotion. He says that he's ready. He's going to phase 2. You indicated in staffing that he's completed the requirements of phase 1. He's where he's stable. And so is there anything else that you would like to add?
Not much, Your Honor. I would say sobriety was a magical touch for Mr. Fry, but it's no magic. He manned up and he's doing the work. He's doing the hard work. And, I appreciate what he's doing. He's doing some things that for a lot of people, it takes him to phase 3 to do. So I just want him to continue to do what he's doing. He's seeing the fruits of being sober. So I'm really, really, really happy for him.
All right, awesome, awesome. Anything from any of the other team members as to Mr. Fry?
Yeah, Your Honor, I like to say, Mr. Fry, you go way back. So I'm very proud of you, man, to see you doing what you're supposed to do. So keep that up, man. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you, Mr. Griffin.
All right. That's
Yes, Judge.
awesome.
Congratulations, Mr. Fry, promotion. You're working the program. Keep up the good work. We know it's not easy, but you're doing a great job. Veterans Court doesn't last forever. You'll be at the finish line before you know it. And make that playground safe for those grandkids. I heard you say you're going to do a playground. Make it safe. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
And Judge, if I could add, Mr. Fry, you've hit the ground running and that's great. That's going to prepare you for any other challenges that come up that you've just taken this on and are going with it. So keep up the great work, sir. We are proud of you. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, sir.
All right, awesome. If nothing else, Mr. Fry, did you have any questions for the team?
No, I don't, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, if nothing else, Mr. Yancey, what's next from Mr. Fry?
Yeah, and I'm gonna have a face-to-face with Mr. Fry on March 7th of this year at 10:35.
All right, did you get that, Mr. Fry?
Yes, I did, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, very good. Mr. Scott, you're the mentor. Did you have anything?
Thank you, Your Honor. No, just want to reiterate, very proud of you, Mr. Fry. Excellent job. Congratulations. And I concur with Mr. Yancey that the seed may have been planted earlier, but sobriety has made it grow and blossom. So congratulations to you.
Thank you, sir.
All right, very good. Mr. Fry, did you get your next date?
Yes, March 7th, 10:35.
Yes, sir. I need everyone to join me in congratulating Mr. Fry on his promotion to phase 2, and also to join me in thanking him for his service to this country in the Marine Corps. Please, let's celebrate Mr. Fry. Congratulations, and thank you, Mr. Fry. Appreciate you. Yes, we do. All right, I need you to hang with me for a moment, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, awesome, very good. I'll place you on mute. All right, Mr. Aldridge, are you ready?
I think so. I had to change computers, so hopefully it'll work this time.
All right, so let me do this. I'm gonna pin the right one of you. Here we go. Let's see if I can get it right. There you are. Good morning, Mr. Aldridge.
Good morning, Your Honor.
How are you this morning?
I'm just fine.
That's good. All right, let me place your case number on the record. I have case number Z808-1351. State your full name for me.
William Edward Aldrich.
All right, Mr. Aldrich, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fine, Your Honor.
All right, you are working your program, Mr. Aldrich. We staffed you today and you are compliant. How do you feel about that?
I feel wonderful.
Yes, sir. And I see you smiling this morning. Yes, sir.
But it's been with a lot of support and help, and I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mr. Aldrich, what's different about you? What kind of activities or reconnections have you made that you believe are helping you while you're on this journey?
Well, I retired, and as I indicated to Mr. Griffin, I've been approached by some of my former clients, and they're very, I should say, aggressive in terms of trying to get me to start my accounting practice and consulting practice back again. So I've been focusing on that. I've talked to a number of, again, individuals, both recently that I've met and some that I've known for years. And their arms are open in terms of me being, again, reactivated in terms of my consulting skills. So I'm looking forward to that.
Look at you. Wonderful. Wonderful. And so, Mr. Aldrich, do you see any correlation between sobriety and now you doing something that's, I mean, you love to do?
I most certainly do. And something else that I've really focused on, and I guess once you go down that road, sometimes your vision can be a lot clearer once you walked in those shoes. And by that, I mean, I've learned to recognize and give focus to other folks' perspective. No one knows everything. And it's very important in terms of the communication process that you do truly hear whomever you're trying to communicate with. And that's something that I think has been extremely valuable in terms of my journey and me working and benefiting from the program.
Very good, very good. How's your brother, Mr. Aldrich?
He's up and down, but the wonderful thing is that his spirit is up, and that's very important.
Yes.
And him and I spent a lot of time talking. He's aware that he has some challenges due to his amputation, but he realizes that that's not the end of life and that he has made it this far. He most certainly can go the rest of the way.
Yes, sir. You tell him we're rooting for him too, okay?
I most certainly will, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Griffin has made a recommendation for you to be promoted on today to phase 5. Mr. Griffin, I'm going to have you make the record as to why you've made that recommendation.
Okay, Your Honor, Mr. Aldrich has been with us since November 30th, 2021. Since I took over his case, he's worked very hard. It's been a pleasure to work with, no problem. If he have any questions or anything, he always asks. He completed his classes, paid his cost in full. And so he's just been a pleasure to work with. I love talking to him. Me and him had a conversation on last Friday when he was talking about, some health challenges. So he said he'd been making appointments and stuff to get himself together. And he did talk to me about going back to work, helping out, younger folks and different people. So I'm just very proud of him. I think he have a lot to offer, not a knowledge. And, just talking to the veterans, I mean, I learned a lot. Like Mr. Yancey said, both our fathers are veterans, and just a pleasure to work with them. And Mr. Aldrich has been a pleasure to work with, Your Honor, and I'd like to make the recommendation to promote him to phase 5 today.
All right, very good. Mr. Aldrich, how do you feel about that? You ready?
I most certainly am, Your Honor.
I believe you are.
And it's been with a lot of help and support.
Yes, sir. All right, anything from any of the team members as to Mr. Aldridge?
Yes, Judge, thank you. Congratulations, Mr. Aldridge, on your promotion. I remember when you came into the program, you said you could work the program, and you have. Keep up the good work, sir. We're proud of you, and be proud of yourself. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
All right, if nothing else from the rest of the team, I need everybody to join me in celebrating Mr. Aldridge on his promotion to Phase 5. And then we want to thank him for his service to this country in the United States Air Force. Come on, let's celebrate Mr. Aldridge. Thank you, Mr. Aldridge, and congratulations to you.
Thank
Yes.
you.
All right. Very good. Very good. Mr. Aldridge, did you have any questions for the team?
No, I do not, Your Honor.
All right.
My mentor has been extremely insightful and helpful, and most certainly Mr. Griffin. So
All right.
they've answered all my questions.
Yes, sir. All right. Very good. Then, Mr. Aldridge, there was also one last thing for you. There was also a recommendation that your testing be reduced to 1 time per week, random, because you have had clean tests since you've been with us. I want to know, how do you feel about that?
Oh, I feel good, Your Honor.
Okay,
that's fantastic.
Okay. Then if you don't have any reservations about the reduction, we're gonna try it. Let's do it. We'll reduce it to 1 time per week random, Mr. Griffin.
Okay, Your Honor.
Okay?
Yes.
All right, very good. So you're doing great.
Thank you.
All right, very good. With that, I'm going to have you go on mute. And then Mr. Kucheri, I don't know if there was something you wanted to add with respect to all of our promotees on this morning. I'll give you an opportunity to do that. And any of our other team members, anything you want to add?
Sure, Your Honor. Thank you. Good morning again. I'll just say, Mr. Aldridge, it's so good to see you. Congratulations on a good report. I just want to thank you for doing the work, showing up. All of this is because of your own hard work, regardless of the support that the team has offered you and the individuals who have been placed in your path. It has been your choice to move forward through this, and you've done great. I just want to congratulate you on a good report, as well as the other participants who phased up today. I know that Mr. McKinley, I can't see you on my screen because of my view. I'm not sure if you're still, oh yeah, I see you. Hey, Mr. McKinley. Good to see you. Congratulations on doing everything and moving through this program. Mr. Fry, I know that you're new to the program, but you're nailing it. And I know that we can continue to expect you to be compliant and work this program and glide right through. And that is it. Thank you, Your Honor. Nothing further.
All right, awesome. I did not get a date for Mr. Aldridge. Mr. Griffin, give me that date.
Your Honor, that'll be March the 14th, 2023 at 10:35 a.m. for a face-to-face. So Mr. McKinley, I'll be talking to you on that day. I mean, Mr. Aldridge, I'll be talking.
Mr. Aldridge.
Yeah, Mr. Aldridge, I'll be talking to you on that day.
All right, awesome. Anything else from any of the other team members? All right, if not, I need us one more time. Let's celebrate all of our promotees. Thank you all. You are doing a wonderful job. Congratulations to you. And I am going to excuse you. So thank you for being with us today. All right, you all are free to leave.
Judge, if I may.
Usually they click off before I say free, and they still hanging around. All right. Yes, Mr.
Judge,
Reed.
if I may address the court, I heard that Mr. Marshall is in the courtroom. If he has completed his drug testing, I would ask that the conference room be set up so that I can go into a breakout room and discuss the court's order with him.
All right. Do we have the conference room set up already? Oh, tell Ms. Harris. Can you knock on that door for me? Let Ms. Harris know that it's Veterans Treatment Court. And so they need that conference room, and we need it now. Okay, very good. Let's keep going. We'll keep going. I'm ready on Mr. Aaron Adams. And then for the record, Mr. Adams is in the courtroom. He is physically in the courtroom. He's approaching the podium. I'm sorry. Okay, all right, thank you. I was hoping. All right. All right, very good. Mr. Adams, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
You up there.
You are not used to seeing me up there.
You be up there sometime now.
I'm still up there. You don't see me up there?
Oh, okay, I got my glasses on.
Okay, then you stop it. All right, let me place your case number on the record. I have for Mr. Adams, Z8081351. State your full name for me, Mr. Adams.
Aaron Frederick Adams.
All right, how are you today?
I'm doing fine. I'm just trying to get my check straight out. They haven't given my check for this month yet.
Uh-oh.
My birth certificate was messed up. So I gotta go to the Social Security office.
Okay.
They sent me a new card, but I can't get it activated because my birth certificate was messed up.
All right, do you need us to help you with anything to get that straightened out?
I'm going to the Social Security office. They're gonna straighten it out for me.
All right.
And I got a new work schedule now. I'm from 3 to 3, Monday, Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
3 to 3, 3.
3 in the evening, 3 in the morning. It's not bad. I'm used to it being up.
All right, you sure
And I
about
got
that?
Tuesday. I made sure I have Tuesdays off.
You have Tuesdays off?
Oh,
so you can come to court? Because you know Tuesdays is Veteran Restriction Court. There you go. All right, very good, Mr. Adams. What else is going on? You know, you always do your own review, so I'm not gonna stop you today. Go on, what else you want to tell me?
I've been still dealing with that home they go to me. When I get a chance, I still help them out.
Okay.
And I gotta take the baby to Applebee's today because they her birthday.
Oh, tell baby girl we said happy birthday.
She's 10 today.
She is 10.
Well, I want you to have a 3-year-old. You can have her.
No, thank you. No, thank you. I will pass. You do a great job with the 3-year-old and the 10-year-old.
Yeah, I deal with them.
Yes, you do.
Right.
Mr. Adams, are you working your program?
Oh, yeah.
All right. I heard you cleared up your record, your driving record.
I just got to get those on my folks. If I can make out a schedule with Christmas. And then I'm still not driving yet. I'm gonna wait. I'm fussing at people I drinking and driving now.
Good. I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I appreciate it that you're fussing at people.
I'm sorry, sir. I apologize.
Excuse me one second.
I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, he's zooming in. They're aware, so he's going to be zooming into your
Okay,
through
that's
the
great.
link.
All right. Thank you for the warning. All right, very good. All right. So, Mr. Adams, I'm sorry about that, but that was something I needed to know from the chief magistrate. And so, Mr. Adams, you said you've got to get your glasses
Yeah, I gotta
together.
get the glasses.
And
But
then you'll be
first I
able
gotta
to.
go to Social Security office.
All right. So you got a couple of things you need to do before you get that license, right?
Yeah.
All right. And you're staying on course, right?
I'm staying on board.
All right, very good. And so you know that you are in phase 4
Yes.
and you're doing everything that you're supposed to do. And so I believe that Mr. Griffin explained to you, there were some timing things about why you're not in phase 5 and why you're still in phase 4, right?
Yes.
All right, and you're good with us? All right, very good. I just want to make sure. All right, very good. Are you having any difficulties, any challenges that you need us to help you with?
No, I got everything going the right way now.
It's going the right way?
Yeah, I get that check straightened out. Before I get another check.
Okay.
So this one about over.
Yes.
My check come on 7 Wednesday of the month.
Okay, well, make sure if need some help, reach out to Mr. Griffin so he can reach out to the team and we can get to work trying to help you, okay?
Okay, I have all my bills straight, so I'm good.
Look at you, Mr. Adams. You're taking care of business. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
All right, very good. You are doing well. And in staffing on this morning, there was a recommendation for an incentive to give you an Uber card so that you are able to utilize Uber to get to and from.
Oh, okay.
How do you feel about that?
That's all right, cause that cab working on me.
That cab working on you? Well, we gonna take a little bit of pressure off of you
Oh,
today.
okay.
I love it. All right, Mr. Griffin, what else do you want to tell me? I wish you could have seen his expression when I told him he was getting that Uber card.
Yeah. Yeah, tell him to wait down there for me. I'm gonna get it after the hearing. Mr. Wade already said that we have him present, so I just gotta give Mr. Wade a little information, so I get that to him. But Your Honor, Mr. Adams is doing well. Not having any problems with him. Drug testing, everything's been negative. Paid his costs and fees in full. Like I said, he's just waiting to get his glasses to move forward with his driver's license. But other than that, he's in compliance with your order at this time, Your Honor.
All right, awesome. Awesome. Anything from any of the other team members as to Mr. Adams? Mr. Adams is doing well.
Yes, Judge, thank you. Congratulations, Mr. Adams, on the incentive. You're working the program. Keep up the good work, sir. We're proud of you. Be proud of yourself and be safe, sir. Thank you.
And if I could add, Judge, we are proud of you, Mr. Adams. You're doing a great job. This will, as Mr. Reed says many times, this won't last forever. It'll probably go a lot faster than you ever thought it would. But keep up the great work, sir. We're proud of you.
All right, awesome. Any questions? No questions. Mr. Scott, you have anything for Mr. Adams?
No, Your Honor, just keep up the great work. We're so proud of it.
All right, yes, we are, Mr. Adams. All right, if nothing else, let me get the next date for Mr. Adams.
Your Honor, that also would be a face-to-face on March the 14th, 2023 at 10:35 a.m.
March 14, okay.
You got that, Mr. Adams?
And just
All
wait for
right.
me, Mr. Adams. I'll be down. Yep.
Did you hear Mr. Griffin? He said y'all talk.
We
so.
talk, he'll call me.
Yeah, he'll get mad at me if I don't call him. He calls me. He's like, why you ain't called me? Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
That's Mr. Adams. So Mrs. Griffin, just give him a call, okay?
Right.
You know he likes to talk. All right, awesome. I need everybody in the courtroom to join me in thanking Mr. Adams for putting on the uniform and serving in the Army. Come on, let's celebrate Mr. Adams. Thank you so much. And thank you for allowing us to serve you, sir. Thank you. All right, you're gonna have a seat and wait for Mr. Griffin so he can get your Uber card.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes. All right, thank you, Mr. Adams. So good to see you today. All right, let's keep going. I have for Clarence Dillard. Mr. Dillard, give the officer a second. Thank you, Officer Washington, for wiping off the podium. We're going to be safe. All right, I appreciate it. While he's doing that, I'm going to place Mr. Dillard's case number on the record. It's Z8054161. Mr. Dillard, state your full name for me, please. All right, how are you this morning? I'm doing well. Did you get some new glasses?
Yes.
I love them. Come on, do this real quick for me. No, don't take them off. I said, you still can't see. I said, do this. Look at you. I love it. All right, put it back on. Put it back on. Look at you. I love it. How are you feeling about all of this new work to your eyes? Good?
Yeah.
It feels great. I'm sorry?
VA did that for me.
The VA, did you hear that, Mr. Kusheri? The VA did that for him. And we are certainly grateful to them for taking care of our veterans who have taken such good care of us.
On top of the glasses, remember I had 2 surgeries.
I know.
Yeah. A blasphemy, and I had called it. Went through the mess with your eye there.
Yes, I know you had some work done on your eyes.
Yeah.
And now things are going well, right?
A lot better. Yeah.
All right, very good. And you've been following up on everything you should follow up on, right?
Everything. Team has been great too.
The team has been great?
Yeah.
All right, that's good to
I feel a
hear.
lot better, my health feels better, I got a bigger work intake on my job and doing remodeling rooms, right?
Okay,
So I can hang with it now, do more, better input.
look at you. So you're more productive on the job.
Yes, sure am.
I love it. Very good. And you just smiling today? What's going on with you today? You just happy things are working out well for you?
Yeah, then, and the weather is breaking, and I feel better even with the weather breaking.
All right.
It's a new day.
It's a new day. I love it, Mr. Dillard. I love it. Listen, it was reported that you are compliant, that you are doing some things in your personal life to take care of business. You talked about them just a little bit with your eyes and your health, and hopefully you've applied for your benefits, right?
Well, I have appointments coming with Social Security. Yeah.
But you're taking care of business.
Yeah.
Look at you. I love it. I love it. Is there anything that you need us to do to help you to stay on track?
Oh, no, everything's going good so far.
All right, very good. And as you know, you are in phase 3.
Right.
Some of the things we talked about in staffing that you need to get done while you're in phase 3 is your community service. Start working on that now that we all set with the health stuff.
Right.
Let's start working on that, okay?
Right. You want to make sure I'm healthy, so I can do some service.
There you go. That was more important to us,
Yeah.
your health. And so you've gotten that on track. And so let's start working on some community service, okay? So that you can then promote on. And then, of course, you know, I hate asking about money because I want to live in my little world. Because in my little world, all specialty courts would be free. You all wouldn't pay for anything. But nobody's in my little world but me.
Right.
So I do need you to pay so on your bonds and
I'm supposed to see Mr. Yancey today on payment plan.
all right, wonderful. Then y'all take care of that. They tell me I have to ask. I hate asking.
This evening.
Okay, Ms. Yancey, did you hear that?
I didn't.
He said he's gonna be seeing you about a payment plan.
Oh, yeah. And he's been doing a good job with the payments, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, wonderful, wonderful. Anything I'm missing? Anything I need to know about?
Oh, no.
All right, very good. Mr. Yancey, anything you want to add as to Mr. Dillard?
Not a whole lot, Your Honor. Mr. Dillard's really doing well. You know, anything we ask of him, he starts working on it. I'm glad he's got appointments for Social Security benefits. I'm glad has really been healed up. I had to get down there to see those new glasses. But he's really doing well. He's in compliance. He has a good spirit. He's willing to do this. Screenings have been negative. He is doing, his self-report is accurate, Your Honor. He's doing well.
All right, awesome.
Excuse me, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
I wanted to give a thanks to Mrs. Busheri too, helping me with those appointments. And also, I wanted to know if I could come up to see Mr. Shannon after this, so he can see my glasses. I need to get that payment cost to go down here.
All right, Mr. Kusheri, I hope you heard that. He said thank you for helping him get set up with his appointments. And Mr. Yancey, he wants to come up so you can see those new glasses.
That sounds good.
Is that okay with you?
That's okay, Your Honor.
You're so
All
welcome.
right. Very good. All right. Anything from any of our other team members, Mr. Scott, as the mentor or the attorneys? Any of the team members?
Judge, I would just say congratulations, good report. Keep up the good work. We're proud of you. Be safe, and send me the invitation to the breakout room for Mr. Marshall. Thank you.
Oh, very good. Ms. Wilson, if you could do that, that would be great. And then Mr. Fikens, there's also a Mr. Signal that's here from the DDC. I'd like for you to go in the breakout room with that individual as well.
Yes, Judge.
All right, awesome. Mr. Morgan, to answer your question, yes. All right, very good. Mr. Fikens, what did you want to say to Mr. Dillard?
Great job, Mr. Dillard. You're doing it. We are proud of you for what you've done and how you keep doing it. So keep up the good work, sir. We're proud of you.
Thank you.
All right, awesome. If nothing else, let's get a date for Mr. Dillard. What's next?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm gonna have a face-to-face with Mr. Dillard on March 14th at 10:35, Your Honor.
All right, did you get that, Mr. Dillard?
Yes.
Okay, I do have one question that I almost forgot. Your license, where are you with getting your license?
Oh, I just had my road test yesterday. Well, September, like September, I got my permit and they give you 6 months to drive. So I went yesterday and got to pass my road test, so it's in the mail.
So your license is in the mail?
I took the picture and everything, so the picture license is in the mail. You have 6 months to get it. So after.
Yeah, I love it.
I don't drive too much on the permit, but my license is in the mail.
Look at you. That is awesome. I know you're excited about getting that license.
You sure, right?
All right, awesome. Very good, very good.
Thankful to the court, and you and everybody else in the team.
Listen, we just appreciate you allowing us to be of assistance to you, okay?
Yeah.
Thank you for accepting our help. Before you leave that podium, I need everybody in the courtroom to join me in celebrating Mr. Dillard. He served in the Army. We want to thank him for his service to this country and his service to all of us. Thank you, Mr. Dillard. We appreciate you. We definitely appreciate you. All right, sir. You going up to see Mr. Yancey?
Right now.
All right, Mr. Yancey. He's heading upstairs.
Thank you.
All right. Be safe. You do the same. All right, let's do it. We're gonna go to Mr. Brown. Mr. Brown, are you ready for us? Unmute. Mr. Brown, unmute for me. I'm gonna send you a request.
I don't know. Hello?
There you are. Yes, Mr. Brown, good morning to you.
Good morning to you, Your Honor.
How are you this morning?
I'm very well, Your Honor. How are you?
I am doing very well, very well. All right.
Yeah.
Let me place your case number on the record, okay?
Thank you very much.
All right. I have for Mr. William Brown, case number 1-804-410-401. Mr. Brown, state your full name for the record, please.
William Nathaniel Brown.
All right, Mr. Brown, how are you this morning?
I'm just well, Your Honor.
All
Hoping
right.
that you the same.
I am, and it's good to see your smiling face. You taking good care of yourself, Mr. Brown?
Would you pitch yourself, Your Honor?
Are you taking good care of yourself?
Oh, yes, I am. I feel a whole lot better. I feel good. And I'm just thankful, you know.
Very good. And so are we. Are you having any issues, Mr. Brown, that you need us to help you with?
No, Your Honor.
No issues? All right, then tell me something good that's happened since the last time I've seen you.
How you doing?
Well, thing is going very well.
Mr. Scott, mute yourself, Mr. Scott.
Positive.
I apologize.
And not trying to go back to the same thing that I was in before, I did before.
One more time, I couldn't hear you because Mr. Scott was over there calling to somebody.
I say I'm trying to maintain a positive attitude and I'm trying to keep from returning back to the same way I was.
Yes, sir. That's a good thing for you to be doing. Very good. Are you still getting your services at the VA?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
All right. Are they treating you well?
Yes, they did. And I completed the course at the VA, yes.
All right, awesome. Mr. Brown, you are in phase 3. And so in staffing this morning, I learned that there are just a couple of things that you need to do in order to get ready to go to phase 4, okay?
Well, okay, Your Honor, you can relay that to me or I can get it from the probation, how you want to do it.
All right, so a couple of things was that there are a couple of classes you need to complete, including the alcohol highway safety education. You have to do your community service hours and then continue to pay on your balance, okay? So you're almost there.
Well, Your Honor, when it comes to community service, I'm a member of the VFW, and that they consider that as being community service. I think that's right. You have to relay that to me. But I am a member. I hold office at the VFW.
Right, and Mr. Griffin, I believe that we allow some of that time, but he still has to be, he has to do 40 hours of activity. That's required. All right, so Mr. Griffin will work with you. We'll let some of your VFW time count, okay? We just have to make sure it meets the requirements, all right?
Yes.
All right,
yes.
so
Thank
you're
you,
still in good
Thank you
shape.
very much, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. Now, Mr. Brown, I know that we've had a number of discussions with you about your license and the interlock. And so today in staffing, I brought up some assistance. I asked about some assistance that may be available to you. So you're going to get with Mr. Griffin, and we're going to revisit that interlock and how we can help you, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, so make sure, Mr. Griffin, of course, you'll have to follow up with Mr. Morgan and Mr. Wade, but Mr. Brown, I need you to circle back to Mr. Griffin to make sure we get you that assistance. I believe we can make it happen.
Okay, Your Honor, thank you very much.
All right, very good. Do you have any questions for the team today?
No, Your Honor. Yeah, I pretty well understand what you're saying. Thank you.
All right, very good. All right, Mr. Griffin, is there anything else you'd like to report out as to Mr. Brown?
Your Honor, we did have an opportunity to staff this case. Mr. Brown is doing very well. I'm gonna reach out to him this afternoon, talk about what we discussed in staffing fires with his restricted license and see what we can do to help him. Also, I did have a center for Mr. Brown. I'd like to also have him have an Uber card, Your Honor. So I did send in a request for to Mr. Wade. So Mr. Brown, I'll be sending that to you in the mail. So we'll have a conversation after we got a court. But other than that, Your Honor, he's in compliance with everything. So I'll work with him with the classes and setting up a payment plan. But other than that, he's in compliance with your orders at this time, Your Honor.
All right,
Thank
very
you
good.
very much.
And I believe, Mr. Brown, that Uber card is an incentive for you, so that you'll be able to get around while we work out trying to get you that interlock, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, you're very welcome. All right, thank you, Mr. Griffin. Anything from any of the other team members as to Mr. Brown?
Judge, I'd just like to say to Mr. Brown, if he can hear me okay, that we're willing to help you too, sir, as you get your interlock, and if you want the attorneys to take a look at your insurance policy, see if there's some savings that we might be able to see. We'd be awfully glad to help you in that regard as well, okay?
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Fikens. Awesome. All right, Mr. Brown, any questions?
No, Your Honor, I appreciate you.
We appreciate you allowing us to help you, Mr. Brown, okay?
Thank you.
All right, before he leaves, Mr. Griffin, what's next for Mr. Brown?
Your Honor, I'll be having a face-to-face with Mr. Brown on March the 7th, 2023 at 10:35 a.m. So Mr. Brown, I'll give you a call on that day, and I'm gonna call you this afternoon to discuss what we discussed in staffing.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, Mr. Scott, did you have anything as to Mr. Brown?
No, Your Honor, thank you, and I do apologize to the court.
You're okay.
Right, well, you're doing more flips this morning, Your Honor, than the trapeze artist. I'm here to tell you, but we're gonna get it together. We're gonna get it together. No. Just keep doing what you're doing. Just keep doing what you're doing, Mr. Brown. Keep doing what you're doing. Great report. Yes, indeed.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Scott. All right, I need everybody in the courtroom to join me in thanking Mr. Brown for his service in the United States Army, therefore his service to all of us. Come on, let's thank Mr. Brown. Thank you, Mr. Brown.
Thank you
we
so much.
appreciate you. Yes,
Thank you,
sir,
Your
we
Honor.
do. All right,
Thank
Mr.
you very
Brown, you
much.
are free. Mr. Brown, you not gonna come in the courthouse anymore?
Did I, now, I waited, that I didn't come to the, no.
Okay, I'm just asking, because you know you come in here sugar sharp. And so I'm just missing something today. I'm just letting you know. But you can
Thank
do
you so much.
virtual, okay?
Thank you
All
so much.
right, all right. All right, bye, Mr. Brown.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. You're very welcome. All right. I need to place Mr. Boomer's matter on the record just very quickly. Case number SP 133-37602, case number 220-566-1001. Mr. Boomer was scheduled for today. They are moving at the domiciliary, so he has to take care of that business on today. It was reported in staffing that he is in compliance. And so just for purposes of the record, I want to make sure that he gets a future court date, which will be March 7th, 2023, and that's going to be at 8:45 a.m. Mr. Yancey, did I leave anything out? Mr. Yancey or Mr. Griffin?
I got to learn how to do this phone.
All right. Uh-oh, I'm gonna do it for you, Mr. Brown. All right, there we go. All right, very good. With that, we have an intake. Mr. Reed is in the breakout room with the intake. And as soon as they are ready, I'll be ready to proceed. So court is just in recess. They probably should be another 5 to 10 minutes. Thank you all. Ms. Mack, I have a few questions for you. You had some.
Ready to celebrate the songs and artists you've listened to and loved over the past year.
Monday, March 27th, live on Fox. Some biggest stars from all genres of music will come together at our 2023 iHeartRadio Music Awards.
Who will go home a winner? Music Awards. That's all up to you.
This year's nominees include
Help decide who should win in categories like Best Lyrics, Best Music Video, Best Fan Army, Favorite Tour Style, Favorite Residency, and more.
Find the full list of nominees and start voting for your favorites now at iHeartRadio.com/awards.
The Hartford knows there's nothing small about your small business. Learn more about small business insurance solutions from The Hartford at thehartford.com/
Go what?
Can someone unmute me?
You're unmuted, Judge.
All right, good morning at the DDC. Mr. Fikens, if you are in the courtroom, I'd like to do this case very quickly. For Mr. Signal, are you already at the DDC?
Yep, let me pull him out of the full thing. 1 second.
Thank you so much for your patience. I appreciate you. Ms. Walker, prosecutor, if you're still on, I'd like to do this case very quickly while we're waiting on Mr. Reed and the intake.
Stand in front of TV. There you go. There's tools up here in the right hand.
I don't know which one they doing. It's got a couple cases, but the one I had was this one. That's the one.
Okay, let's just at least do one. All right, very good. All right, I am ready. Ms. Walker, are you with us? I'm ready on case number U 631-41622 for Mr. Damone Signal. Mr. Signal, please state your name for the record.
Damone Devon Signal.
All right, good morning, Mr. Signal. Mr. Fikens, it's my understanding, Mr. Morgan, did you have some information to present?
We do, the case manager Green is logging on now. Mr. Signal was a community referral from Captain Johnson of DPD. And Mr. Green, please put your name on record, and then you can give the court an update about Mr. Signal, okay?
Yes. Good morning, Demetrius Green, Specialty Court Case Manager. Mr. Signal, I'm sorry. Good morning, Judge. Mr. Signal was referred to our specialty court program. He did not appear to be in your courtroom, so that is why the warrant was put out. Now Mr. Signal is in custody, and he can now be intaked for specialty court and assessed to see if he is eligible.
All right, very good. So he failed to return to court, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
All right, then what I'm going to do, Mr. Fikens, is I'm going to give send Mr. Signal over to the Wayne County Jail. I'm going to request, Mr. Green, that he be assessed for services. I am going to mark his file for mental health. And then, Mr. Fikens, I am going to see him. Let's see, today is the 20, well, tomorrow's the 22nd. So I would have to see him on March 8th. They'll return him to court by way of Zoom on March 8th, 2023. And that will be, no, because I need you all to get him processed and ready to go. So what I'm going to do is I will put a date of March 3rd. And then you all can let me know where you are so we can get him processed and ready to go. That will be March 3rd, 2023 at 9:00 a.m. Anything else for my consideration?
Judge, first of all, I want to thank you for expediting his court date for March the 3rd as opposed to the 8th. We appreciate that. For purposes of this hearing, Judge, we would stand mute, ask this court to enter a not guilty plea. Certainly we'd request personal or nominal bond for this, but we know that there are assessments that have to be done, Judge. We are aware of that, but for purposes of this hearing, that's what we'd request, and to continue his not guilty plea.
All right, thank you so much, counsel. I am going to make his bond $10,000 cash as surety. He has demonstrated to the court that he will not return. And so because he's a community referral from the police department, he's now been picked up on an additional charge. I am going to send him to the Wayne County Jail. I'll mark his file medical. I'll also indicate that he is to undergo an evaluation, a psychiatric evaluation. Okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. All right, Mr. Signal, I look forward to working with you. I'll see you next week, okay?
Where am I going now? Wayne County Jail?
Yes, sir. You're going to the Wayne County Jail, okay?
On the fourth floor, psychiatric floor.
They will make that determination, but probably you will, okay?
What am I being held for?
Because you didn't come back to court. So I want to get you some services and hopefully try to help you, okay?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Thank you, sir. At the DDC, thank you so much. Are you ready on Ms. Packla?
Hey, hold
He's
on.
over there right now doing
Hey, Judge.
court. I'll go over there and get him ready.
Hey, Judge.
All right. Very good. Yes, sir.
When am I coming back to see you in Frank Murphy Hart, 36th District?
You're going to come and see me at 36th District, but you're going to be on Zoom, okay?
That's March 3rd, sir.
March 3rd. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Signal. Thank you, Mr. Green. Do you also have Ms. Packla?
I gotta go to the female side. I'll be right over there. Green's over there doing Cliff Herrick's court right now. I'll take care of it.
Mr. Green, do you have Ms. Packla?
I do not.
Miss Jasmine does, Judge.
Miss Jasmine, okay, if they get her, I'm just trying to get some things done while Mr. Reed is still meeting with the intake.
I'm back, Judge.
Okay, then we're going back to the intake. They're gonna have to hold out for a second. Okay? All right, let's do it. We're going back to the intake. Let's do it, team. This is our last case for our specialty court docket. We'll come back to them. Where's Mr. Marshall? Is he going to join us? Oh, there he is. Come on, Mr. Marshall. I didn't even notice that you were back in the courtroom. You were just quiet. Okay, I was fussing, so you were real quiet, huh? You're all right.
But listening to you this morning, I noticed, you seem inspirational and motivating and encouraging, so.
Oh, Mr. Marshall, come on.
Real nice there. I've just been sitting back.
All right, well, I'm glad. That's why we save our intakes for last. We want people to see what they're getting into. We want them to see.
I'm not considered an intake, am I?
Yes, you're gonna be accepted into our veterans treatment court. Oh, no, not that. Okay, no. So we want people to see how it works. Sometimes people come in and they're fearful of, what's going to happen. And we want them to get an opportunity to see that this is different probably from any court system that they've ever dealt with or that they've ever heard about. And so I'm glad that your case study, that's why we have them the intake stay until the end. Okay, so I hope you learned something.
I learned something, yes.
Okay, I hope you learned something about us.
I have. Nobody seems to want to get anybody in trouble. It seems like it's all about helping. So and like I said, when you talk to people, it's inspirational and encouraging. You use those type of words.
Yes, sir. You said something key. Nobody wants anyone to get in trouble. That's not what we're here for. We are here to help you. Now, that doesn't mean that sometimes people don't get in trouble. Today was a good day, but the overall scheme of the program is to help people. And sometimes when people get in trouble, getting in trouble, the response is still not punishment. It's assessing whether or not they need some additional services, whether or not they need some additional tools to help them. Okay? So you made some good observations today. You're all right with me. All right, let's do it. I'm going to place your case number on the record. I have for James Marshall, case number 130-623-3301. Mr. Marshall, state your full name for the record.
James Patrick Marshall.
All right, thank you. Mr. Marshall, what branch of the military did you serve in?
United States Navy.
All right, wonderful. I want to start off by thanking you for your service. We appreciate it. I'm also a veteran. I served in the Michigan National Guard as a JAG officer. Okay. And so I have a special place in my heart for veterans. I understand the sacrifice. And so I'm so glad that you have decided to allow us to help you with the services that we have available for our veterans. Okay. So I'm excited. I'm excited. We're going to start off first by letting the case manager that met with you, letting them place some information on the record. Then we'll go to the attorney that you met with, and we'll go from there, okay? And then I want to hear from you too.
Okay.
All right, all right, very good. Let's do it. Who's presenting Mr. Marshall?
Your Honor, I'm presenting Mr. Marshall, Your Honor, who's before the court for sentencing and hopefully acceptance into our Veterans Court this morning. So this is James Patrick Marshall, Your Honor. He's 59 years old. He's a divorced father of 2 adult children. He's a resident of the city of Southfield, Michigan. As he stated, he served in the United States Army. I believe it was
Navy.
I'm sorry, Navy. For I believe it was 8.5 years, Your Honor. He has associate's degree, Your Honor. He's employed full-time with Detroit Diesel. At this time, he reports being in good health. At this time, his license is revoked, Your Honor. But he is eligible for all of the services with our court. He doesn't. We did do a lien check and a background check, Your Honor. He does not pose any kind of threat to the general public. And I believe Mr. Marshall is we're going to mainly be his support system, Your Honor, at least initially at this time. So at this,
All right.
no, I'm finished. I'm finished.
All right, very good. Mr. Reed, what do you want to tell me about Mr. Marshall?
I have a lot to say, Judge. Mr. Marshall was cooperative, respectful. Pleasure talking to him. We bonded over two issues. Mr. Marshall, as I've said many times, I graduated from David McKenzie High School, City of Detroit. Mr. Marshall graduated from David McKenzie High School, City of Detroit, although I was probably about 20 years before he graduated. We are alumni. Also, I was talking to Mr. Marshall. Mr. Marshall is a Navy guy. He served from 83 to 92. And I talked to him about the fact that my uncle was a Navy guy. He was on a submarine out of New London, Connecticut. So we talked about that for a minute or two. Then we started to talk about the court's order. And Judge, we went over the court's order. We talked about drug testing, counseling, community service, paying some money. We talked about the fact that he cannot leave the state of Michigan without permission of the court. He was receptive to everything. We also talked about the fact that the court has the ability to amend or change the order when necessary. He's receptive to that. We talked about no drugs, no alcohol. Judge, we also talked about the fact he does not have any felonies on his record, so he is eligible to participate in our Veterans Court under Michigan law. He was very receptive. His license is revoked. He would need to go through us for a restricted license, and that's going to be one of his goals. We're going to look into that. Judge, he was very pleasant to talk to, very receptive. He wants to participate. He wants our help. And I'm recommending his participation in Veterans Court. Sometimes I say drug court because I'm in both programs, but this time I'm saying Veterans Court. And I recommend his participation. Mr. Marshall's a nice guy, and he's an alum of my high school, so he's an even nicer guy. Thank you, Judge.
All right, very good. And so before I go to Mr. Marshall, just a couple of questions for Mr. Yancey and Mr. Griffin. Mr. Yancey and Mr. Reed. Mr. Yancey, did you determine whether or not Mr. Marshall is, or if he's ever been, a violent offender or a substantial threat to the public?
Your Honor, from everything that I have gathered, he is not a substantial threat to the general public, nor has he ever been an offender.
All right, awesome, thank you. And then Mr. Reed, did you determine that pursuant to Michigan law, Mr. Marshall qualifies as eligible to participate in our program?
Yes, Judge. He is eligible to participate in our veterans program pursuant to Michigan law.
All right, awesome, very good. And so now I'm going to turn to you, Mr. Marshall. You've heard what the attorneys and the case manager has said about you. Is there anything else you'd like me to know about you?
Yes, some things I'll just repeat what they said. I am a good guy.
Yes.
There have been some programs that I have been in recently, victim impact program, driver intervention, intensive outpatient substance abuse. And I learned a lot just participating in those programs and completing them, I should say. I thought I would like to get in this program just to learn a little bit more and keep things going. So.
All right. Now, let me just.
No, I'm not a threat.
You're not. I know. I just have to ask it. So you didn't look like a threat. You didn't. I promise you. He wants y'all to know he's not a threat. You should see him. He's not. All right. We just have to make sure that we establish that. So not that we really think you are, okay? Because we can fight and we'll take you on if you are a threat. No, but you're not a threat. You're not a threat. You're not a threat. Listen, Mr. Marshall, do you admit that there is a substance that you are having difficulty with and that it's impacting your life in a negative way or has impacted your life in a negative way?
I do admit that there was a substance that has impacted my life negatively.
Very good. And are you willing to get help to work with us to help you so that when you leave us, it won't just be a matter of being clean and sober, but you will be on a path of recovery for a lifetime. Are you willing to get that help?
Yes, I'm willing.
All right, awesome. That's awesome. And you understand that you're going to have, we know we did a preliminary assessment here at 36th District Court, but we're going to connect you with Mr. Kusheri, who I believe you've already connected with to some degree. At least he's gotten some information about you so that you can get a full assessment so that we make sure we have you in the right level of care as well as on the right track. Are you willing to do that?
Yes, I will.
All right, very good. And Mr. Marshall, do you understand that while you're with us, this is not just about us monitoring you with respect to alcohol. We're here to help you with life in general. So if you are having some issues and some things that you think may cause you to have issues with a substance, then by all means, we want you to be open and honest with your case manager, with your counselor, with the court. And I know that we're required to stream live on YouTube, but understand that there are ways that you can communicate information to us and it does not go out for the rest of the world. So make sure you have those discussions with your case manager, with your therapist, even with the court. If we can go in a breakout room or what have you, so that you're able to talk freely, because our main concern is to make sure that we align you with services that you need and help you in any way possible with respect to life in general. Can I count on you to do that?
Yes, you can.
All right, you are going to be surrounded by a wonderful group of people. You have a case manager, and actually we'll have a team of case managers. You'll have attorneys. You met Mr. Reed, and no matter what he said to you in that breakout room, he is harmless, and he really is an advocate for his clients, and we love him. You may see me say some things to him, but I love him. We also have Mr. Fikens, who's a defense attorney, and they are a fabulous team of attorneys. We have our prosecutor that works with us. You'll have the coordinator that works with us, Mr. Morgan. You'll have the director of probation, Mr. Wade, that works with us. So you'll have a great team of people that will surround you, because at the end of the day, we want you to succeed. You understand that?
Yes, I do.
All right.
I got that feeling just by listening to everything this morning.
Yes, sir. And here's the last thing I want to share with you. Your honesty will always, always take you farther in the program. I tell people that they have to be honest with me and with their case manager, with the team, because that's the only way that we can help you. I don't punish people. I generally don't punish people for using. I punish people for not being truthful, because I don't have a class to help you with being able to tell the truth, being able to show up for your meetings, being able to show up for your therapy. Those are things I expect you to do right away, right?
Yes.
And if you're having some difficulty with those things, I expect you to tell us up front so we can help you to show up to those things right away, okay?
No problem.
All right.
like while I was listening this morning, I heard a few times that it's not easy, it's hard, and I was joking with Mr. Reed, I'm like, what's the hard part? So.
Okay, you'll see. But no, it's about, some people get off to a rough start because we come in and we basically interrupt your life, right? But we're not gonna interrupt your job, we're gonna work with you. But even a slight interruption is an interruption, right? Nobody wants their life interrupted, right?
My life has been interrupted for over a year now. So I just have to make some change. I've already made some changes.
All right, and so we hope to enhance those positive changes that you've made. I do want to tell you, Miss Mack, did you run him to see if he had anything else outstanding? All right, she's gonna look and see the charge that's before me. It is not a dismissible offense because because of the nature of the charge. However, I still want to encourage you to work hard, not just because the charge will or won't get dismissed, but because you're going to gain some really valuable things here in this program that will help you with life. With respect to the current charge that's before me, you have the ability to get it closed with or without improvement. And that goes a long way in the state of Michigan, okay? Yes, you understand that?
Yes, I do.
All right, very good. Ms. Mack?
He is good, just this case.
All right, so you have no other outstanding matters at 36th District Court. We want to keep it that way. And so that's why we're gonna work with you, okay?
I appreciate you, Judge
Yeah.
Holmes, and when you say we talking about we.
All of us, including you, we're pulling you in, including you. Yes, sir. Do you have any questions for us today?
Not at this time.
All right, are you satisfied that the attorney that you met with answered all of your questions that you had?
I am very satisfied.
All right, I'm going to sign that order that you all talked about in detail, and then you're gonna hit the ground running. It starts today, okay?
Okay.
All right, you're probably gonna see more of me than you ever wanted to see, but that's a good thing. We'll get to know each other, right?
Yes.
And that's always a good thing, because the more I know, the more I'm able to assist, okay? And that goes for the team as well.
I understand, Judge.
All right, very good. Mr. Yancey, anything else from any of the other team members?
No, Judge. Mr. Marshall and I, we talked about something. And Mr. Marshall, I expect you to come back with an answer about David McKenzie for me, okay?
Yes, I will get that. I will get that soon, before the week is out.
Okay, thank you, sir.
No problem.
All right, awesome, awesome. All right, if nothing else, Mr. Kusheri, he's gonna connect with you. Do you all already have a date?
Thank you, Judge. No, we do not. Can I introduce myself briefly?
Yes, please do.
Okay, Mr. Marshall, Daniel here, social worker from the VA. I don't know if you remember, but we spoke briefly in December when you initially reached out reporting some concerns regarding this legal matter. I'm very excited to work with you.
Yes, I remember.
Awesome, cool. So I'll reach out to you offline and let's schedule something to get you started and make sure that you're linked to everything that will keep you compliant with the court and satisfy the orders of the court. And I look forward to working with you.
Thank you. I look forward to working with you also.
All right, awesome, wonderful. If nothing else, Mr. Yancey, what would be the next court date? Actually, I want to, Mr. Kusheri, I don't know. Oh, that's right, we have mandatory training next week, mandatory training. All right, so would it be the 3rd of March?
Your Honor, if you want to do a Friday, otherwise I was going to have him come back March 7th.
Are Tuesdays better for you, sir? Oh, that's right, because you're a veteran. You have to come back on Tuesday. All right, Mr. Yancey, you have to do Tuesday. All right, so that will.
Tuesday, March 7th?
Yes, sir, March 7th, 2023, and that will be at 8:45. Unless Mr. Yancey tells you something different, okay? It'll be by Zoom.
By Zoom.
You won't have to come into the courtroom. It'll be by Zoom.
Okay, will I get all the Zoom information?
Yes, sir. Miss Mack will give you the Zoom information so that you are able to get on, okay?
Appreciate it.
All right, before he leaves the podium, I need everybody in the courtroom to join me in thanking Mr. Marshall for his service in the United States Navy, his service to this country and to us. Thank you so much, Mr. Marshall. I appreciate you. I really do. All right, very good. Mr. Yancey, is he free to leave? Did you get test results back?
I did, Your Honor. He had a positive ETG.
Okay. Yeah. Let's, Mr. Yancey. All right, Mr. Reed, I'll need you to go in the breakout room and talk with him, because I need to know, Mr. Reed knows the questions that I need to know the answer to. Mr. Reed, Mr. Yancey, can you all go in the breakout room and speak with Mr. Marshall?
Yes.
Miss Wilson, can you make that happen, please? Is it still up and going? The other room?
Unless they shut it down when he came out.
Miss Matt?
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
Mr. Reed, you're muted.
Thank you. I'm going back to the same breakout room, room number 2. Thank you.
All right, very good. Let's go back on the record very quickly with Mr. Marshall. Mr. Griffin, I've closed the breakout rooms. I'm gonna have them come back. Mr. Yancey, thank you. I wanted you all to come back. Did Mr. Reed come back? Yeah. Mr. Fikens?
Yes,
Mr. Marshall has indicated and will verify that he did not drive to this court on today. He does have a positive read. He has admitted that he did consume on yesterday. And so, of course, that's why he's here. He needs the help. And so, Mr. Kasheri, I would like you to get him in sooner than later for his assessment. I don't see a reason to keep him. And so I am going to release him today with his return to court date on the 7th of March. But he understands, Mr. Reed and Mr. Fikens, that starting today, he cannot consume anything, nothing, whether it's legal or illegal. You cannot consume anything, okay? And you know that you have to test randomly a minimum of twice a week. Now, I say a minimum, I want you to call every single day. And the reason I want you to call and check to see if your color has dropped, because I may randomly throw in an additional test to make sure you're staying on track. Okay? And for phase 1, because you're just joining us, we're going to pay for those tests. Do you think you need to test more than twice a week?
No, I do not. I already test once a week. So.
With the other court?
Yeah.
And I'm glad you mentioned that, because we're going to be working with them. Wait until you hear from them to see how we can make sure we make this easier for you. Just working one probation. I can't guarantee it. I have no jurisdiction in 46th District Court, but we will at least inquire of how we cannot make this so difficult or complicated for you. Okay? Do I have your word that you're going to work at complying with my order?
I do. I shouldn't joke about this, but being the inspiration you are, I'm about ready to give up all my sins. So.
Okay, oh my goodness. All right. I know y'all laughing. He just said he's not joking, but he is laughing. I'm glad he is because I'm laughing. He said he's gonna give up all his sins. All right, well, okay, all right. Come on, we here for you. I don't even know how to respond to that. There are very few things that are said in court that I don't know how to respond to. That one I don't know how to respond to, but listen, I need you to work hard. Work with us because we're really in your corner and we really want you not to just be successful while you're with us, but we're looking at success for a lifetime. Okay? All right, awesome. Mr. Yancey, is there anything that you need him to stay for?
I would like to talk to him for a second, Your Honor. So I need him to stay till I come down there and talk to him.
He'll come down and talk to you, okay? So you can still sit in the audience and all that good stuff. I look forward to working with you, okay?
Thank you.
All right, you're very welcome. All right, very good. That ends the specialty court docket for the veterans on today. I'm sorry. Just get them. Yep, just get them. Okay. All right, very good. And so, Mr. Morgan, before I do the one matter at the DDC for the team that's observing, these are emergency matters that come up of people that have been in other specialty courts. And before we just have them release them back to the street or what have you, they contact the court and I arraign them immediately. So thank you for indulging us. Mr. Morgan, before I do that one case that's left over, what's next on our agenda? Because of course I can't pull it up.
Yep, Judge, that's it for the observation. They observe staffing and court. I think Miss Newbie will follow up with myself or Mr. Wade to tell us the next steps. And that's it for our observation agenda.
All right, very good. Miss Newbie, did you have anything else for me?
Other than thanking you again for allowing us to observe today, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. I apologize. We have these emergency things coming up. That's a day in the life of specialty court, okay?
No problem. That is the life.
Yes, ma'am. All right, thank you all for being here. We look forward to hearing from you. We always want that feedback because we're always seeking to be better. That's what we want to do.
Absolutely. Looking forward to talking with you soon.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Thanks to your observers also, Ms. Newbie.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
All right. For those that are Mr. Kusheri, our veteran mentor, you all are free to leave. Thank you for being here with us, as you usually are on Tuesdays. And so we just kind of switched things around. So instead of 2 days, you did 1 day. So thank you all. I appreciate you. And you all are free to leave.
Thank you, Your Honor. Take care, everyone.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Very good. All right. I am going to now go to the DDC. I have another matter. I see Ms. Taylor has joined us as well. Can we place case numbers on the record, please?
Yes, Judge. We have 200-455-4101 for Angela Pachula.
Thank you.
The charge is OWI.
Thank you, Ms. Pakla. I'm going to ask them to unmute over at the detention center. If they could unmute for me, and then I'll have you state your full name for the record, please. State your name.
Angela Pakla.
All right, good afternoon to you, Ms. Pakla.
Good afternoon.
All right, and thank you at the DDC. We appreciate your patience and your help. All right, Ms. Pakla, you walked. All right.
What?
Ms. Pakla, you walked away.
Yeah.
All right, I do see that the prosecutor has joined us. Let me have you place your appearance on the record.
Good afternoon, Sydney Rogers for the people, P2072.
Thank you, Ms. Rogers. And then Ms. Taylor?
Yes, Jasmine Taylor, Specialty Court Case Manager.
All right, thank you, Ms. Taylor. Let's do it. Mr. Fikens, are you representing the defendant? My
Yes, Judge.
apologies.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, go ahead and place your appearance on the record.
Thank you. Robert Fikens, P31894 on behalf of the defendant.
Uh-oh, I didn't hear, you got cut off, Mr. Fikens.
Robert Fikens, P31894 on behalf of the defendant, Ms. Pakla.
All right, thank you. Ms. Taylor, tell us why we're here, or just give us some backdrop.
Yes, Your Honor. Okay. Ms. Pakla was a mental health court client. She was admitted into our program on April 6th of 2022, and she was in phase 1 from April 6th, 2022 up until August 10th of 2022. On August 9th, Ms. Pakla was contacted because at the time she had one of our SoberLink devices, and we had received multiple positive BAC blows on that SoberLink. She was ordered to physically enter court that next day on August 10th, 2022, and Ms. Pakla failed to appear. As a result, she went into warrant status on August 10th, 2022, and has been in warrant status since that date.
All right, very good. From the people?
Yes, thank you, Ms. Taylor, for that recap of what's going on. Based on the defendant being in warrant status since August of 2022, and also it seems like in warrant status because of positive screens, I am asking that she be in Wayne County custody for 1 week and be put on the docket for next week.
All right, Mr. Fikens, in response?
Yes, Judge. First of all, we understand the need, and I presume that Ms. Pakla wants to rejoin the group. I assume she does. I think it's a good idea if she does. We realize that there would be assessments that would have to be done to determine her level of care back in the program, Judge. So I know that there are assessments that have to be done. I know that they have to be carried out at the jail or facility. But for purposes of this hearing, Judge, we'd ask the warrant be recalled, stand mute, waive formal reading, ask the court to enter a not guilty plea. We seek a personal or nominal bond in this matter, realizing as well, Judge, that assessments have to be performed.
All right, thank you. What I am going to do is I'm going to send Ms. Pakla over to the Wayne County Jail. I'm going to mark her file for the specialty court that she's a part of. And I won't be able to see Ms. Pakla until March. There was somebody else I brought back on a different date.
Your Honor, if I could recommend if we put Ms. Pakla on for our next mental health court date, which will be March 8th, Wednesday, March 8th, 2023 at 8:35.
Because we're gone on the 1st.
Yes.
Right.
All right, so let's do March 8th, 2023, and that'll be at 8:45 a.m. Anything else for my consideration?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Pakla, is there anything you want to say to the court?
Just that I do still want to be in this program. Is there any way that I could get a personal bond and like a tether? I have pets at home that have been there for a week now.
You're gonna need to call someone. No, ma'am. No, ma'am, you absconded, so I can't take your word now that you're gonna be here. I can't take your word.
Not even with a tether, like that. I want to be in this program, I really do.
I understand, and we'll talk about it on March 8th if you want to be in it. We'll talk about it on March 8th. But for now, I have to leave you right where you are, okay? All right. Yes, $10,000 cash and surety. All right, very good. Thank you all for getting on. Thank you at the DDC. We are all set. I'm sorry?
Honorable Judge Holmes, thank you as well.
All right, thank you. You're so welcome. All right. Thank you, Ms. Rogers, for coming on. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
We are good. Yes.
Oh, and just so I can confirm to take her off our warrant list, her first name's Angela, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Perfect.
Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you.
And I don't know if Mr. Signal was on the warrant list, but he's to be removed as well. I arranged him earlier.
Signal, you said?
Yes, his last name was Signal.
Got it. Thank you.
All right, very good. Get that
All
warrant
right, thanks,
list shorter and
guys.
shorter.
I know, it's looking good.
Yes, ma'am. All right, we're in good shape. All right, thank you, team. We can debrief, not right this minute.